What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Crown Cinema Podcast. In this episode, we are breaking down
and literally just watched
Casino Royale. Arguably the greatest James Bond movie ever made.
Arguably the greatest intro to an episode we've ever had.
True. Very true.
Yeah, dude. We say arguably loosely. I haven't seen any other James Bond movies. I'm a fraud.
Here's the problem. We are frauds.
Yeah, for guys that created a podcast to talk about movies.
There's some we haven't seen.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
No. But this is the one where it's like, it's embarrassing.
Yes.
That I haven't seen anymore.
Now, we might not have that much James Bond knowledge, but we do have a good enough knowledge on Casino Royale to give it the credit it deserves.
I think that's part of my problem, though. Is like, by the time I think I was old enough to watch James Bond movies, this is what we had.
Right. I've seen all these.
Damn right.
I think I might have missed one, but I'm pretty sure I've seen them all.
Yeah.
But
let's go with that.
Again, yeah, we'll go with I've seen all of them.
That right. Yeah.
But like it's hard to go back to the older ones. Now, if you're a fan, I'm pissing you off so bad when I say this, but it's hard to go back to the old ones when this one's so rough, gritty, fucking just brutal. Like
this is our James Bond.
He's a fucking tank. You know what I mean?
He's busting through walls.
He's more like not skillful, but resourceful in his fights, as opposed to just having like a quick little gadget that saves the day or something like that. You know what I mean?
He's cool. Yeah. Cause like he's not perfect. He bleeds. He messes up. He has to figure things out because of him messing up.
Yeah.
You know, he's just not this perfect genius spy. I mean, obviously he's smart and he's resourceful, but like, no, that's definitely like kind of the cool spin is that his ego keeps setting him back. That's like kind of the whole movie is him trying to figure out like he's got to get past this ego problem.
Yeah, he's got an ego. He's reckless. He doesn't really give a fuck. He's so relentless at his mission that he doesn't give a fuck about anything but completing the mission at hand.
Exactly. And so that's just what I'm used to.
It's also the first time seeing James Bond being a new spy. Every other James Bond, he's been a spy for a very long time.
Okay.
In the opening of the movie, he's not a 00.
Right.
That was his mission to get him 00 status. You need 2 kills. And then, he got his 2 kills right there. And now okay, so he's just now James Bond.
Yeah.
That's why he's so rough. And he's a younger version of James Bond where he's making mistakes. He's really ruthless and is willing to fuck some shit up for the mission.
His boss is straight up telling him, like, yeah, I don't know. I might just send you to the wolves to die. Because you're fucking up all our whole operation here. And I can't trust you, kiddo.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's what's so cool. This isn't just a good James Bond film. This is just a good film.
Yeah,
it's just
truly.
A really well done. Like, this is one of my favorites. I've been wanting to watch this for a while now.
It's good because it's not focused on like the James Bond mission or the giant action sequences that we're going to see. It's really about James Bond as the man. Like, who is this guy and what problems does he have and how is he going to overcome them throughout this story?
Yeah.
So it's a more character-focused deal, which is kind of cool because people were pretty pissed off that Daniel Craig was casted as James Bond, I guess.
I think if you just go back and look at who the other James Bonds were,
he's nothing
that makes sense.
Yeah. And so, but Daniel Craig, I mean, he didn't want to actually be James Bond. When they first came to him, the people that were putting on the next series of James Bond movies, they wanted Daniel Craig, but he was like, I don't know. It's kind of a clean-cut character. It's pretty formulaic. He's a character actor. Like every character he's ever played, it's like he really goes deep with this character.
Yeah,
he's a fantastic actor, and he's kind of like, this is just too like Marvel-esque of a type. I don't know another word for it, but it's like Marvel-esque.
Like
franchise movie.
Yeah, you're probably worried that you're just playing the coolest guy on the screen
with no depth.
And that's it.
Right.
Yeah, you just have some quick one-liners. The audience is never worried or wondering what's going to happen to your character. Yeah, I mean, I could see. Well, and then there's the pressure.
Yeah.
Daniel Craig, I'm sure, like, he's not totally living under a rock when all this is going down. He can see how many people are just like, no, a blonde guy playing James Bond?
Right.
God, no.
And I mean,
I'd rather kill myself.
And Daniel Craig's handsome, but he's not like the James Bond handsome. He's like a rough handsome.
Yeah, he's like, Steve McQueen.
Oh, yeah. Was he handsome? People thought he was handsome?
Yeah, it was like an American
Steve
McQueen. No, it wasn't even like handsome. It was like, he's cool.
Right.
And
man's man.
Yeah, man's man. And it's just like, you know what? Like, if that dude can be a Hollywood movie star, so can I.
Yeah, right.
Which is an interesting compliment
Yeah.
for anybody to take. But
It's always funny to me thinking about the manly men actors like Josh Brolin.
I
Sorry.
still don't even know anymore. Everybody's just got me so fucked up over that name.
But that type of actor where he's always a badass, cool dude, even like I guess not so much, but Benicio del Toro,
Yeah.
Sicario, he's a really bad man. But it's funny because like they're still actors. So even though they're perceived as like these manly men, like fucking like Robert De Niro, you know, badass dudes, but really they're just actors. Like they're kind of sweet, soft men who are really in touch with their feelings.
Yeah.
So it's just funny that these guys can pull off the badass dude when in reality they're just like a sweet theater man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're really not badasses. I mean, they kind of become badasses by learning the skills of this, but
Daniel Craig's a badass just for the fact that not opening scene, but the chase down scene.
yep.
That's badass. Daniel Craig said, "No, I'm going to do it." I mean, hell, if I'm playing James Bond,
I got to go for it.
Yeah, and like if people really want, and people already don't like me enough, like I may as well show them that I mean business. And that right there, that's what you do if you're James Bond. You get a role like this, you got to jump off some high things and risk your life a little bit.
So to finish this point, Daniel Craig was against being James Bond until he finally read the script. It was like, oh, they're going for a more like toned down, more like human version of James Bond that's going to be a lot more gritty. It's a whole different take than what we've seen. So he was like,
yeah, there's no gadgets.
Yeah, he's like, I'm interested in playing this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only gadget they have is a defibrillator, which is just a normal deal, you know?
Yeah.
He's got a cool car that has some cool like little shelvings, but it's not like any crazy gadgets.
Yeah, and I feel like maybe that was just kind of showing like maybe what's to come. Like, because obviously, you know, it wasn't just going to stop with this film. But I do like kind of what you're saying right there is like in this film, because the book you were telling me before we watched this, the book
Casino Royale was
Royale.
First book that Ian Fleming wrote. That was the
Gotcha.
first ever James Bond book.
Yeah. And that book came out in 1952.
53 or 2.
Like during the 50s.
Yeah, in the 50s. I think it's 53 if I remember correctly. I could be wrong, but it's 50s.
Yeah. So I thought it was like a pretty genius blend of like, because it's supposed to be in current times, which at that time was like 2000s, like 2006.
Yeah.
So you see like a little bit of cell phone, you see the cool cars, all that. But then like the buildings that they're at, the places that like the locations that they're at, very classy, like kind of
high luxury.
Yeah, it just looks like something that could be like during that time.
Yeah, it's definitely
just a forever classy look.
Yeah, it's still James Bond feel. Despite it being a different version, it's still classy luxury.
Yeah,
sexy girls,
yeah.
him being a suave, seductive man.
Yeah,
it's still James
dressed
Bond.
in black and white tuxedos, drinking martinis at the bar. Like, yes, it definitely still has kind of that 50s feel to it.
Mm-hmm, just the classic vibes.
Yeah, they did a really good job because that's risky.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the first ever book that launched this character, like that's just one of those where I feel like as a filmmaker, you'd be pretty scared to touch that.
Right.
Especially if you're deciding to blend it with modern times.
And I do know that the old Casino Royale, they might have made 2 of them. Let's just fact check that. Okay, so the first one was like a parody, I guess. It's a spoof or parody of the James Bond spy genre. So they didn't really
funny.
So they didn't go with the true meaning of Ian Fleming's actual book, because the first book was really rough and gritty. He was like a very cold man. Like one of his last lines in the movie, not the last line, is "The bitch is dead" when he's on the phone with M.
Job's done. The bitch is dead.
Mm-hmm.
And
Cold.
In the book, that was his last line. When he had I haven't read the book, but I think he had to kill his love interest because she betrayed him or whatever it was. So he had to kill her. And so literally the last line of the book is "The bitch is dead." So he's a cold motherfucker.
No, that's God damn, this movie goes so hard.
It really does.
And yeah, whenever you told me that was the last line of the book, I was like, damn, like I hope he says it at the end because I just can't remember. And then when he said it, I was like, of course you put that in there.
Have to. I mean, it's the closest. They actually went to sort of the theme and ideas of the original book. You know, they didn't just make it a whole gadgety thing. It's like, no, he's a rough dude. I mean, just think about the man. If you're the top spy, you do some fucked up shit. I mean, you go through the craziest missions. You have to like put your life on the line. You have nobody in your life. So you're going to be cold. You're going to be pretty rough dude if you're willing just to kill people for, I guess it's for your country, but he's still doing these like crazy heists and he's still a madman.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no,
probably you
he's
got to be a
great.
psychopath if you really are a spy like that.
Yeah. Well, and I think you're always just going to tap into any male audience member by showing a character like James Bond, like getting vulnerable. Because when we were watching the movie, I was kind of laughing, talking about like, after they get the money
Mm-hmm.
and they escape the clutches, it just shows them like kind of on this vacation and recovering, but they're in love and they're just like kind of frolicking. They're just skipping around in the daisy field.
Yep.
And I'm just like, I wonder if people in the audience, like when this came out in theaters, like, hold on, what the fuck is going on? Like, is it just a sappy love film? Wait, he just retired?
Yeah,
What's
what?
happening?
It's the first movie. Don't
And
we got like 6 more of these?
Yeah. And then, but again, you tap in with the male audience because you show James Bond like let his guard down.
Yeah.
He finally takes the armor off.
Yep.
He's even saying just some of the corniest shit ever.
yeah.
And all that to get betrayed. All that to get betrayed. And then it's so funny that the rest of these movie, I don't even think he entertains the idea of a woman.
He probably,
I
not
think
like
he just,
yeah.
No. Like, I think maybe he like has to put on the act.
Sure.
But overall, like nobody will ever catch him slipping again.
Yeah. See, like that's what makes this movie so good is that, again, we were saying it's like a character movie where it's about James Bond having to change as a man. He's super reckless, ego, and he ends up losing it at the very end because he falls in love, is willing to be vulnerable, is willing to escape and just leave the life behind because his ego's like, I'm the best spy in the world. I'll fuck you up. I don't care. But at the end, he's like, I'll hang it up for love. Gay.
Yeah. Gay, yeah.
No.
Simpy. The fact that he made the account password.
Her name.
Yeah, it's just, and again, actually that's not so bad because that's game right there.
Yeah.
That's game.
Yeah.
Because even if she didn't like him, if he made that the password and like, she still like maybe didn't have a crush on him, but then the password to $150 million was her name. I don't care what kind of broad you are. That's getting to you.
Yep. And also, he's the baddest man on the planet. You just saw him save your life, beat some ass, fought 2 guys in a stairwell and killed them both.
He might be sterile.
Probably sterile.
He might be sterile.
That might be a prerequisite to become a 00. You gotta snip, and
This is all just part of the test.
you can't be having kids out there when you're a spy.
Yeah. Especially, yeah. I mean, and clearly, like James Bond just has a problem. That's something that I don't know. He's just a very interesting character. Like, I'm just saying, like the balls torture scene.
Yeah.
As I've gotten older, like I remember the first time I saw that when I was a kid, horrifying.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, this is like the worst thing imaginable. Can't believe this is a PG-13 movie
Yep.
because this is like the worst type of torture I could think of.
I did realize that halfway through. I'm like, oh, I think this is PG-13. I didn't know, but there's no boobs or there's like a lot of sex scenes, but it's pretty PG sex scenes.
Wrong.
What? There's boobs?
No. There's no sex. I'm getting there. That's actually kind of part of my point.
Okay.
We don't know anything about James Bond in this movie.
Right.
We have no idea. This is us getting to know him. So you say, oh, the sex scenes are PG-13. There's no sex. He doesn't have sex with that married woman.
He doesn't.
You're wrong.
You're right.
Yeah. He doesn't do it. And part of me thinks he could have. Part of me thinks if he wanted to, he could have had the time to just kind of get it in there real quick.
Yeah.
He was really hot.
And she was all over him.
It was happening.
Yes. Oh, she went in the room, was like, I'm waiting for you.
Yeah. And so he walks out and, he doesn't have sex with her. Whatever, man of the mission, I get it. Like he's dedicated. I'm just saying that like during that balls torturing scene, it can kind of click. And like he doesn't really go after his female partner.
Vespa?
Uh-huh. He doesn't go after her, even in the shower. He gets a little freaky. He starts sucking on her fingers. Thought that was pretty wild. But
you're telling me the shower couldn't get it off, but him sucking the blood off somehow got the blood off? That's how that works?
yeah, like it just didn't happen. All I'm really trying to say is that you could have this crazy James Bond freak where he could be gay and like this is some crazy fetish because he just starts laughing. He's screaming. You don't know anything about him. He might be having the time of his life.
Could be.
In this torture scene. And that was my first time like watching this movie. I was like, if you just went into this and you didn't know who James Bond was or like what this character was, you don't know. We don't know. This is 2006.
Sure.
We're on the verge of things like going very gay.
Sure.
So yeah, like he's just getting his balls just whacked, and this guy thinks that he's hurting him, but maybe not this James Bond.
He likes it.
Maybe this James Bond likes it.
Yeah. But so, okay, reckless
Obviously,
man.
I'm proven wrong.
Yeah. He's willing to save the woman that betrayed him in the end. He tried to save her.
He could have. He could have.
He kind of did. Almost
all he
did.
needed was a little bit more time. That's all it was.
Yeah.
He would have saved her.
He was. Yeah. He was going to save her.
It's pretty good way to end it. That like maybe if he hadn't been so emotional and like saving her as like his love interest and more as an agent saving somebody that now needs to be questioned, he could have gotten that gate open quicker. Because it wasn't a matter of can he do it? It's a matter of like, can you focus hard enough? Which goes back to what M told him kind of at the beginning is like, I want you to view this mission without something and like
no attachment. Yeah, no attachment.
No attachment or dispassion.
Yeah.
Dispassion. She wants him to look at it dispassionate. So he could have saved her, quote unquote, saved her more. But if he had just viewed it as a mission, it would have been more like, wait, she betrayed me. I need to get her in for questioning because what is her motive? You know.
Sure.
So
we need to find out what the deal is.
But he's in love with her, and that love like caused him to panic, and ultimately got her killed.
That's why the first scene where you see James Bond in action, not the opening before the credits. Before the credits, but the movies, the opening to the movie, really, when he has the whole parkour scene, which I'm pretty sure, by the way, the parkour scene was like the first time that people have ever really seen parkour. Actually, the bomb maker, the actor, he was one of the founders of parkour. Like he started the whole thing.
Parkour is something that could be founded.
Yeah, I mean, people weren't doing it. You know, somebody's got to do something for the first time.
This guy started it.
It's a relatively new trend. Like parkour started after this movie. Like it became a big thing when people learned about it from watching Casino Royale and how cool it is to be able to just traverse buildings like Assassin's Creed.
Come on.
Yep.
Let's
look at the guy's name. Yeah. All right.
I've never heard of this. I guess parkour is like modern because I think of like The Office. Didn't they do a spoof on
so
parkour?
The bomb maker in Casino Royale is Molaka, the character, played by parkour originator Sebastian Foucan.
This guy created this?
Yep. He performed a series of high-flying parkour maneuvers during the construction site chase scene in James Bond. Yep. Marked the first time parkour was featured in a major James Bond film and served to establish the new, more realistic tone. Okay, yeah, that. More realistic tone for Daniel Craig's James Bond.
Bro. Yeah. Poor Daniel Craig. Like... You get this part in this movie. You're playing a very iconic character. Nobody likes you. And then, because I would imagine you'd have to shoot this like, I don't know. Maybe you could have shot it at the end. But the fact that Daniel Craig like decided to do it for real, I just think that's crazy. Like nobody wants him to be James Bond. Now the director's saying like, hey, we actually want you to do a chase down scene with the creator of parkour.
Yep. Yeah, the founder of parkour, of free running.
That's nuts. That's crazy.
And that's cool to start a movie off. But so the entire scene you're seeing, like, it's a really badass action scene, and you could just make it to where if you want to start the movie off on a hot note with like some really cool action, it could just be a fist fight, whatever it is. But they use this crazy chase parkour thing to give these story moments to like understand exactly who this character is. He does so many reckless maneuvers. He doesn't give a fuck. He's fearless. One of his first being reckless kind of deal is he, instead of chasing the guy on foot to go catch him, he just jumps in the giant bulldozer and then just chases after him. Doesn't care who's in front of him. Like there's civilians around. He's just barreling through everything, destroying things, rams into a building that's having construction men work on it. Whenever Sebastian Foucan, the free runner guy, whatever his character's name is, Malek or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. The bomb maker. He turns around and shoots it he turns around and shoots James Bond through the glass. It's a bulletproof glass, I guess. And he just didn't flinch. Like James Bond just didn't flinch once.
Yeah.
He just like kept driving, no blink, just pop, pop, pop. He's still moving. So like, okay, this guy's crazy. And then whenever the bomb maker scampers up the entire building, James Bond takes a little shortcut. He drops the weight of the giant pipes down on the ground and those just fall down to civilians again.
A lot of people.
So he's just careless man. And then the director, I think it was the director, was talking about like the one shot that just tells you exactly who this man is. It's when they're in the construction building and the ball maker runs and he jumps through over the wall. There's like a little gap. There's like drywall.
Yeah. And
he jumps through it, and then James Bond just, runs through it instead. Like, that's who he is. He's not going to be fancy. He's not going to do anything flashy. He's going to, like, know, how can I get there the fastest? Just fucking bust through the wall.
Yeah.
So he's just, the whole scene is a great way to set up, okay, this is a different type of James Bond.
Yeah.
He's careless, a little bit rough, and will do whatever it takes to complete his mission.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, yeah, I mean, just like, and psychotic in the character, because, like, you're seeing this guy, this bomb maker, like, climb up this thing. And part of me is wondering, like, why is he still climbing up? Because the higher this guy climbs up, like, he has to come down eventually.
Well, he assumes that this guy can't follow him. He's like, there's no way he can do what I'm doing. I'm doing some crazy shit. This is a new form of running that I invented.
Yeah.
You don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. There's no training for this. So.
I guess it's more of a timely manner. And plus, yeah, like, I think there is kind of the psychotic part of James Bond's character where this is what he lives for. He loves chasing down somebody. He loves a good chase.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with a guy like this. It's probably the first and only time he ever chases down anybody like this.
Mm-hmm.
You got to see if you can do it.
Right.
Because my whole point is, like, if I'm really this guy chasing this bomb maker and I start seeing him, like, climb a bunch of cranes, I'm going to stop.
And wait.
I'm just going to watch him and be like, holy shit, look at him go. He's still going. He's got to come down.
Right.
But look at him go. By the way, I'd like for backup to come and surround the area.
Yeah. But his ego, he had to chase him.
See, exactly. Like, it's James Bond's ego. He's like, no, fuck this. I can do it myself. Like, this guy that makes bombs cannot climb things better than me.
Yeah, exactly. And a big moment in that chase where you see how James Bond's ego turns him into a reckless man is after the free runner jumps off of the crane onto another crane by barely sticking the landing with his feet on, like, a little bitty ledge on the other crane, and then jumps off on another roof and rolls off.
And looking damn smooth.
Very smooth.
Yeah.
James Bond has no training on this and just, like, let's go. Fucking does the same thing and misses, barely catches himself, climbs up, jumps on the roof, falls off the roof, in a dirty fashion. It's not smooth at all.
Oh, he bounces off. I think it's like a chimney, and then, like, just barrel rolls.
So his ego just puts him in horrible situations.
Yeah.
Especially in the poker. I mean, later in the movie, the poker scene, he loses all of his money because he's like, I know your tail, bitch. Got you.
Yeah.
When he wasn't playing smart.
And No, I love it. The whole movie is him, like, just having to break his ego.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. Like, I love the turnaround of him losing all of his country's money. He just directly funded terrorism.
Yep.
I love that line. And then she comes up.
Vespa?
Vespa. And she says, like, oh, well, good job, dumbass. He's like, okay, just spot me another $5 million and, like, I can beat him. He's like, no, like, you just lost 10 million. And then he has the balls to say, then you're a bloody idiot.
Yeah.
You just lost millions of dollars. You not only lost millions of dollars, you gave it to a terrorist.
Yep.
But then you still have the balls to say you're a bloody idiot if you don't give me this money.
Yeah.
That's James Bond.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Yep.
That's why it's hard for me to go and watch, like, the other films. Who else is going to just be able to do that?
Only Daniel Craig.
I don't know if they ever showed another James Bond losing a card game.
We don't know.
Never seen him.
We've never seen fraudsters.
Talking about another way of like, beautifully blending the 50s in with the modern times is what's his character? Methy?
Oh, yeah.
There's no way it's Methy.
It's not. It's
not Methy.
It is
Mathy?
Mathis.
I love Mathis's character because if you want to do a movie like this, but you want it to do well, not everybody knows about poker. So you got to have you got to have this character explaining the game to
I
you.
know.
No. It's okay. I get it. It's just funny that like Mathis is having to explain it to Vesper.
Vesper.
Yeah.
Damn, I was saying Vespa. Vesper. Sorry, Vesper.
It's okay. I've almost been saying Vespi. But he's explaining it to Vesper as if she's like this dumbass kid. And I love that she like doesn't have any reaction of like, oh, thank you. Like she's just like kind of watching the game because she understands it because he's explaining it to her probably because he thinks she's just a stupid girl.
Well, he's really explaining it just for the audience.
Right. But like they picked the girl to explain it to who is not only like a fucking spy, but she's an accountant.
Yes.
She knows numbers.
Right.
She probably knows poker.
Also, like the one little...
It probably should have just been her playing this game.
The one little annoying part with Mathis explaining it is that he's like, look, it's the tell. It means he's lying. It's like, but we've been given that info.
Yeah.
They had a whole conversation about it. So we know. They put a close-up on him doing it to his forehead, his temple. So as the audience, we know the tell. Yeah. So you don't have to reiterate that that's the tell. That's already been established for us. Like, trust us that we know what's going on.
The problem is that because you got to have teenagers showing up to this movie, which means, 10-year-old kids are going to want to go see this with their dad. 10-year-olds, they have to, you just have to have stuff like that in there.
Yeah.
But then again, there's a whole torture scene.
Right.
So
that's what I'm saying. Like
pretty, like you got to pick and choose. Is this a movie that is like made for teenagers? Because like
for everybody.
I know.
Trying to get a giant franchise started.
I know, but as a grown man, like hearing all of that, it's just like, dude, like fuck, like obviously.
Right.
Obviously.
Yeah, there's some like just exposition that he sets up just for the audience to like make sure they're keeping track of what's going on in the poker game. But it's kind of like when you do watch it, you do understand what's happening and you don't need to know all the details because you kind of can just infer what's happening and you kind of know it anyway.
Yeah. That was not well done.
Yeah.
Because I've
always been annoyed at that. How he's just explaining the game. It's like, holy shit, we fucking know.
Yeah.
Like, don't stop talking about it.
It's not even that. Like, I get it. If you got you got to explain a card game to the audience because not everybody's familiar with it. I get that. There's just a better way to do it.
Yeah.
Really?
But the dealer does most of the card game stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they had it. It was done. The dealer was explaining it well enough.
It's also funny.
Mathis was just not needed.
It's also funny. Only in movie poker does everybody's turn, the hand gets better as you go around the table to all the way to the last one. James Bond, who has the highest hand.
Yeah.
Like, only in movie poker does it go like that where, oh no, another hand. The next person, oh, better hand. The next person, holy shit, he's got a better hand.
Especially on the final hand, the one where everybody goes all in. Yeah. Nobody was bluffing.
Everybody had something.
We didn't get to see one guy after the first guy shows his hand. We don't get to see the second guy be like, well, fuck.
Right. I guess in the story standpoint, that would be funny and realistic, and that wouldn't take away from it, but it's like, oh, damn, this guy also has a good hand. James Bond's like, oh, shit. And then everybody has a good hand. Except for the straight flush James Bond's sitting with. Yeah.
I know, yeah. It just, and like looking for people's tell, too. I get it. It's a cool story theme, but like, get fucking real, dude.
Yeah. Now, David Corenswet, our new Superman with the James Gunn DC universe.
Uh-huh.
I watched the video of him. He was on an interview talk show with this funny girl. I forget her show's name. It's like a royal show. Just like really funny interviews. It's like
it's just a British chick.
Yeah.
That I think I know.
It's not the chicken shop day. It's not that one.
I don't know.
It's in the same sort of universe as like the Sunday Conversation type of interviews where they're just kind of like a funny skit sort of thing.
Okay.
I may find her because she's actually really funny. It's called The Royal Court with Brittany Broski is her name. She's a funny British, probably American. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so this chick has a funny interview thing. David Corenswet's a big fan of the James Bond movies. He's a huge fan. Casino Royale, he said, is one of the greatest movies ever made. He's just a big fan. But he had a really cool theory about the opening scene of James Bond before the credits, when it's that black and white noir type of intro when you got to see him for the first time. And so when he has the guy at gunpoint and he's about to kill him, and the guy says, how did my contact die? He goes, not well. Bad guy goes, he made you feel it, huh?
Made you feel it, did he?
Said the first one's pretty hard, but the second one, before he can finish the sentence, James Bond shoots him and kills him. He goes, yes, considerably.
You needn't worry. The second is... Yes, considerably.
And puts his gun up. But David Corenswet says, because when after he shoots the guy, when he says considerably, it's easier, to kill the second guy. Your second kill is always easier than your first kill. It cuts back to James Bond, who does the iconic intro where he pulls the gun, the gun barrel wraps around him. And so in James Bond's perception, though, that's his second kill, because he drowned the guy and did the act and drowned him, but then the guy wakes up. So in his head, he actually committed to killing him once.
Yeah.
And then when the guy turns with the gun, he shoots again. So in his perception, that's really his second kill.
Gotcha.
So when he shoots his real second kill, the guy that's sitting in the office, that's really his third kill. So
in
now
James Bond's mind.
So now it's even easier.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I drowned this guy. He didn't die, but like in my head, I killed him. I thought I killed him.
In like the most brutal fashion.
Yeah.
Too.
So it's really his third kill when the guy he shoots with the silencer in the office, because that's his third one and it's easier. Yeah. Because in his head, he already killed two people.
That's
so
cool.
Shout out David Cornsweat for that. He has a whole cool theory on it.
Yeah.
He breaks down the whole scene pretty fun. It's a good way. So if you want to just go to David Cornsweat's Twitter, it's like his second post right now on his Twitter page. But
nice.
I saw that. I'm like, damn, that's a pretty cool theory.
That's pretty cool. And then, you mentioning that just kind of makes me think that had to have been even tougher for him to see his love interest in this film die of drowning too. Because like his first ever kill is brutal. I mean, everybody can agree that, like, most people say that drowning is like their worst fear of dying, and considerably, I'd still say burning alive would be worse.
They say burning though stops. It hurts for like a short period of time, and then all of your nerve endings fry, and you don't feel anything after that.
Oh, okay.
So like it becomes painless after brutal pain.
Okay.
Well, so before you die, you're not feeling anything because all of your nerves have been fried.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, then I guess drowning just went to number one. Either that or death by being hit in the balls. But I think, drowning is brutal, and then doing that for your first time, like killing somebody just so like rough and rugged, and like you just know that's like a terrible way to go. And then to see like your love interest, like, and dude, that's brutal. That scene right there, I can't believe they show it.
Her acting was brutal in that, dude.
I can't believe they show, for me, like, I feel like I have a hard time breathing every time I see that part.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, like I can feel the water like going in my lungs, and like how awful that would actually be. I can't believe they showed that.
Yeah.
This could have been rated R. If they had showed titties with him and that first woman, that definitely would have been rated R.
So I guess in the script, whenever Vesper is sitting in the shower and she's scared because she just witnessed James Bond kill two people, and she almost got killed herself, so she's really shooken up by it, and she's in her dress. The original script had her just only in her underwear laying in the shower. But Daniel Craig on set was like, the character of Vesper, I don't think she would have taken the time to take her clothes off to get in the shower. She's too messed up. She's going to sit in her dress, which makes it, you realize how painful that was for her. So, lack of titties, Daniel Craig was like, hey, we should not show the titties here, because they probably wouldn't have. She would have covered herself by her legs or whatever, but still, she was going to be naked, but really, they were like, she wouldn't do that.
And they created a very powerful scene.
Which is why Daniel Craig's a great actor. He's a character actor, thinks about the person and what are they really feeling. So just leveling up the movie in every way he can.
Yeah. Yeah, because then, that just, I don't know, just would have been weird. And the whole sucking the fingers thing now, especially, I'm just like, damn it, like, it's so close to being like this. And I get it, because like her fingers are cold or whatever.
No, she had blood. She couldn't get the blood off her fingers.
What it was? Okay. I thought she was just like kind of ice cold because she was so shook up.
He's like, let me lick him to warm you up.
Let me warm you up. I swear to God, that's what I thought it was. The blood somehow doesn't make it any better.
Sucking another man's blood off her fingers.
Yeah, the blood still does not help. It's just like it. I get it. It's a very iconic scene. It's a cool scene. It definitely helped show that James Bond like isn't just some cold-hearted, I don't even know, like not psycho, because he's clearly not psycho, but like he cares about people. He sees somebody like having a tough day, Well,
he did. Yeah, he became that guy through the story. Like, OG, like the opening James Bond, he wasn't giving a fuck about nobody. He's like, just suck it up, woman. But with his opening up of his heart with this girl and his love interest. Now he's like, let me check on her.
Well, and I think it also, like, this is his first time because he can't show that he was shook up about like his first kills that he had in the beginning of this movie. But now and nobody else gives a fuck. M literally doesn't care.
Yep.
No, it's not even addressed. Nobody once ever asked like, "Hey, you good?" Like that's that's hard.
Mm-hmm.
But then he finally sees this woman. Who was it? Like she kind of helped kill the guy, but like not really.
She helped save him.
Yeah, like, it looked like James Bond had it under control.
Yeah.
But just to see somebody finally shook up in this messed up world that they have decided to put themselves through, it's him being like, God, like I thought I was just secretly dying. I thought everybody else like could handle it. But like it's nice to see somebody else feel what I deep down am feeling. It did suck killing that guy.
Yeah.
It sucked killing the second guy.
M is pretty cold, but at the end of the movie when James Bond says that last line from the book, Casino Royale, when he says the bitch is dead,
Yeah.
she goes and tells him like, well, she saved, you realize she saved your life though. Like she gave up her life to save you. So she still actually did love you. So she's kind of there to like let him know like, you know, you don't have to be so cold. Like she actually was there to help you and save you.
Yeah, but then she's also pretty happy. To me, I always heard it as she was kind of happy when she was like, oh, you just don't trust anybody. That means you can do what we do.
Right.
As if like, oh, thank God. Like, I don't have to worry about you because now you're as fucked up as all of us.
Well, he's still gonna
Even
be fucked
though
up.
M is married.
Yeah, maybe.
How does that work?
I don't know.
How could you possibly do that?
I have heard though that the guy in bed with M was, I think, the transport coordinator on set.
The what?
The transport coordinator, whoever I guess was like helping transport people to and from set or whatever.
He was a shuttle van driver?
I guess he was something.
And then he got to lay next to M?
He was some type.
And he got to be the husband of M?
Yeah.
What the hell?
He was.
That's what I was just doing a few months ago.
Yeah. He was something like that.
I'm not even close to a James Bond movie.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
But yeah, he was some type of coordinator on set. So he's just a crew member that they had lay in bed with her.
The things that can happen to you in this industry.
Yep. It's always those side roles. They're like, we need somebody. You want to do it? Come on.
I say that. I was just working on The Chosen and I almost got cast as a Roman soldier.
Oh, you
I
didn't?
was so close, bro.
Why did you not get it?
They were like, we need more Roman soldiers. And then we used up like all the.
You might have to shave your beard or something.
I would have had to shave my beard, but
Yeah.
I would have done it.
Yeah. Fuck
Easily. Yeah. But, yeah, pretty much, you know, I guess what happened is they looked at me, they were like, never mind, we don't need more Roman soldiers. Because like they needed more Roman soldiers, but there was like a very select few like white background extras male.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got the last of that bunch.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's just, you know, not white people.
Yeah.
And so then like, and I was like,
I'll do blackface.
no, they needed only white people. They needed only white
Oh.
people. What the fuck? They needed only white people. But like, they decided after we used all the background extras, because really they would have had to pay me more.
Mm.
That's the last thing they wanted to do.
Yeah, sure.
So they were like, we need more. Never mind.
We're good.
We're okay. We'll make do.
Yeah.
So, but I was
Bummer.
close. I was
Bummer.
close.
Well,
You
actually,
stick around though, you get to sleep with James Bond's boss.
and actually the dealer of the main casino game was a dealer in a normal casino. Like he's not an actor.
I believe that.
Yeah.
This
And
dude was good.
he had the skills.
Yeah.
But apparently somebody called a casino and they were looking for a dealer. And this guy who answered was like, I'm a dealer. I'll do it. Take me. And so he went. And then with the salary that he got for acting in the movie, he went and bought himself a new car.
Yes.
So he like,
Yes.
he never told anybody. He didn't tell the casino that he got the job. He just like was the only first phone call.
Yes.
He's like, I'll do it. Take me. Hung up, went on set, bought a new car, and didn't tell anybody about it.
Bro, that's what I'm talking about right
Yep.
there. That's actually, you know what? He was kind of playing his character then in the movie because I'm glad you noticed this. I always thought it was fun. I didn't notice it until, because I saw this movie the last time, probably like 2 years ago.
Okay.
But like you noticed it on this watch when James Bond like just casually tips him $500,000.
Yeah.
But the dealer like has no reaction because like you can't. you can't have like this crazy reaction of like,
oh my God. Yeah.
like you can't do that because
A smooth 500K tip.
Oh my God. And now granted, he did earn it. That's like hours, 2 days, you know, intense place.
There's some dangerous men you're playing with.
Mhm.
You're playing with a terrorist. You're dealing for a terrorist.
Yeah, you know, again, nobody's doing background checks when it comes to Texas Hold'em.
No.
House is just trying to win.
Yeah, they're in a different country. This is some illegal shit they're doing.
Yeah. So, but I just love like the story that you're saying. He just went out, got a new car, was in a James Bond movie,
Pretty badass.
and then just didn't say anything. He got that $500,000 tip from James Bond, didn't say anything.
Yep. Oh, yeah. You're right. Yep.
He cool cat all around.
Yep. Played himself.
Didn't tell anybody, but then you know that all of his buddies were like, "Hey, dude, you were in the James Bond movie. What the fuck?
You were in Casino Royale with
Yeah.
Daniel Craig,
Yeah.
the first James Bond franchise movie of this new generation. What the fuck?
Yeah, like obviously we were gonna see that.
Yeah.
They probably took the car.
give me that shit.
They're like, "Oh, that's how you bought the car."
Yeah. That's it. You're fired.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny.
It's good with like the details they add in the movie because, like, again, we were saying that the whole poker scene, they kind of walk you through, drip, you know, baby walk your hand through the whole thing. But there are a lot of like good little details that they like kind of like subtly give you.
Mm-hmm.
Like one shot is whenever Daniel Craig puts the bomb on the first bomb guy that's trying to blow up the plane when they're trying to short the airline stock.
Classic maneuver.
There's a one shot where you see James Bond, he grabs his belt right before he jumps out of the car.
See the back of the pants.
Yeah, you see him grab the back of his pants, and you're like, because you see him look at it, grabs it, and then at the end you realize, oh fuck, he put it on the back of his belt. You know, so that's like one little detail, and then
just kind of like the hidden gem of like, I don't know, you got to make it a little mysterious.
Yeah, and then there's one nice little touch where James Bond orders his drink at the table, and I believe that drink is actually straight from the book. Like that's exactly what he orders in the book, like the whole very specific drink he ordered. Then there's like a funny little joke where like everybody on the table orders the same thing because like that sounds like a good drink. I'll try it. So like they all try it. That's just a funny joke, but they add more depth to have that there for a purpose because then the CIA agent, who you don't know is an American or a CIA agent, when he turns around, he says, "Hey, I'll take one too." And you realize he has an American accent. It's like that's a way to reveal that that's an American sitting at the table. So everybody else is a foreign guy, except for the Americans. So like, what's the American's deal? Like, why is he at the table?
Yeah.
So they add this little joke, but then use it for a purpose to reveal that there's an American at the table who then ends up being a CIA agent.
But also, I don't know, it kind of goes to show that like James Bond, like he's just a bro's bro. So for whatever reason, everybody just likes him. Which as a villain has to just be the most annoying thing ever.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I just have blood coming out of my eye randomly and everybody just loves James Bond. Like, what a guy.
Actually, the blood comes out of his eye every time he's stressed out.
Yeah.
So like when he's something like when shit's going wrong, the blood comes out of his eye.
And I did hear like so that's not CGI. They actually like did like a whole prosthetic thing and they could just like randomly like get blood.
That
like,
seems
out of his
sketchy.
eye. Pretty sketchy, right?
I mean, how thin? It doesn't look like he has anything on his eye.
I want to let's fact check that because I read that fucking forever ago, and sometimes my memory like decides to just make things up. So
Le Chiffre. In the film Casino Royale, the special effect for Le Chiffre's bleeding eye was done simply with a special fitted contact lens and a single manual applied drop of fake blood.
Okay.
The effect was done on a shot by shot basis without any complex mechanical prosthetics.
Okay. So yeah, not what I was saying.
So
But kind of.
Yeah.
But it's not CGI, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And dude, it just makes me tear up every time that blood comes out of his eye. I can just like feel my eyes watering. It's like, ugh.
Yeah. He's such a good villain because the typical James Bond idea for a villain is that he has a giant mansion, he's got everything under control, he just wants money and power and all this stuff, but he's a desperate villain. He doesn't have anything under control. He's putting on a front because he's kind of like a persona throughout the movie. You realize that he puts on the persona that he's got everything under control. He's in a rich gambling deal. You know, he's always in nice places. He's making deals with like millions and millions of dollars. But in reality, he's like, the deals have gone bad.
He's just a degenerate gambler.
Yeah, he's under the gun. Yeah, I guess he kind of is because he's done his last ditch effort to save his business deal and his life. Basically, he's just going to try to win the money in a poker game.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the way he was making all that money was that he was betting against the stock market. Now, granted, he had like this plan in place, but
right.
come on, dude.
Yeah.
Like
you got James Bond on your ass.
Yeah, James Bond or not, like you still have like government agencies that are clearly tracking you down.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's risky.
Yep.
You're not only betting against the stock market, you're betting against world governments.
Yep.
And thinking that you can beat them.
But it's just cool that he's not a guy that's under control, and he also gets killed like with 30 minutes left in the movie.
Right.
So you think the villain's going to be there to the very
Is it 30
end.
minutes? I feel like it was longer. Like
I think, yeah.
like 30, 45.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he gets killed, and normally you would expect in a James Bond movie the last scene to be a fist fight between James Bond and the villain.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just a classic spy trope. That's going to happen at the end. You kind of expect it. I mean, John Wick, same kind of deal. It does it at the end. But he gets killed with 30 minutes left in the movie because they're just proving again it's a different take on James Bond. We're going to do something a little different with this guy. It's going to be a little bit more original of a story, and you're going to really respect him.
Yeah. Again, that's why like it is funny to think about audience members. Like just when they saw this in theaters, they're like, all right, wait, what's happening?
Yeah.
Did we win? I thought we won.
Yeah.
Like we just get to watch him like chill out. Like that's new.
And so a cool thing is that because, again, he is under the gun, he's super stressed out. He doesn't have anything under control, but he acts like he does. So he goes to these luxury places. He's a genius, apparently, mathematic, chess master, knows all the odds of poker just by looking at the cards. And so, but when he's lost the money and his last-ditch effort is to try to get the password from James Bond, he goes down to this, like, nasty sewage basement, whatever that place is, which is kind of a reference or, like, reflecting who he really is. He's like a dirty guy who's like really screwed and it's not like he doesn't have like a pretty life. It's really rough because he's fucking up business deals.
Yeah.
Terrorist deals. He's making mistakes.
At the bottom.
So it's a good little reflection of like when this guy's at his worst and super, super desperate, he reveals his true colors where he's down there torturing James Bond in this like nasty little basement type of room.
Yeah. And dude, like it's so cool to see them show that like, even though he's in control in the torture scene, he's not. Like he is way more scared than James Bond. And then like you see him like getting more and more stressed out. That's why it really doesn't last that long. Because he's like, I'm going to do this and you're going to tell me. And James Bond just looks at him after he just made fun of him.
Yep.
He just got hit in the worst place. He's tied to a chair. Like he's not going anywhere. And he's making jokes. That's horrifying.
Yes.
That's so scary if you're the dude doing torturing.
And he's enjoying it.
Yeah. And then he straight up tells you, he's like, it doesn't matter what you do to me. You know I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah.
And then he just gives up right there. He's like, I fucking believe you.
I mean,
like,
I think my favorite line in the movie is after he's been hit a couple of times and he's asking for the password and he's like, actually, I got a itch on my left ball. Can you get it for me?
I've got a little itch down there. Would you mind?
He smacks him and he's like, no, a little bit to the left.
To the right.
Like, cause you see, Chiffre, you see Chiffre smirking. He's like, I got his ass. He's screaming no. It hurts him, but he's like, a little bit to the left, a little bit to the left or right, whatever he says.
Yeah. And then he gets him with the punchline. He's like, now the world's going to know that I died or
you died
scratching my balls. Just a masterclass of a joke that he thought of spot on right there, like James Bond's character.
Yep.
So like if you're the villain, you're like, this dude's crafting like really clever jokes right now, while being tortured. And I'm dead if I don't get him to crack. Like, and you just see him like as the scene progresses, he's just getting sweatier and sweatier and sweatier.
Bro, this is insane. I'm dying. I'm dying.
I'm so dead.
And then James Bond's like, you can't kill me. I'm the only one that has the info you need. So what do you think is going to happen, buddy?
Yeah. I just have to wait till they get here.
Yeah, I ain't breaking.
Yeah.
But it's funny too, because Chiffre, he almost like, when he first introduces the rope of what he's about to do, he walks behind James Bond, like lays it over his shoulder, almost like he's like whipping his dick out to like lay it on him. He's like, I got you beat, bitch. And James Bond
kind of looks like some balls.
It does. Looks like a wiener. So he like literally puts it over his shoulder, like he just took his dick out and put it on his shoulder. It's like, stunning him basically. And then James Bond's like, no, dude, you don't even understand what I got going on in my head.
Yeah, I love it. Like he threatens him with a couple other things. Threatens him with if I don't stop doing this, if I keep hitting you, like you just won't be able to have kids. And John's like, I'm a 007 agent. You really think I'm worried about having children? Like that's like one of the last things I want ever.
It's like rule number one. You
Yeah,
can't
it's
have a
probably-
kids or family if you're a double O.
So there's that. Like I'm not worried about that. I'm a fucking psycho guy.
Yeah.
Not worried about that. And then the second thing was so fun, like because you see the realization when he says like I'll let that girl die, and I don't think James Bond is in love with her yet, because he pretty much gives him the look of like, dude,
Mission
like
first.
I care less about that than my balls.
Yeah.
Like I care way less about that chick in that room than my nuts.
Yep.
And then like it's pretty much it's like just a few seconds after that he's like, you're really not gonna tell me, are you? He just immediately gives up. It's so perfect.
That's my favorite scene. That's the best scene.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like it used to scare the shit out of me as a kid, but now I'm just like, this is hilarious.
Yes.
Like just realizing like I am like torturing a psycho
Yes.
who is literally enjoying this.
Laughing
So-
at me.
And it's so nice. Like I'm so happy that like that did make it like it still made it in as a PG-13 movie, because that's risky. I mean, come on.
Doesn't
that's-
show anything. It's not bloody or gory. It's just like a
Yeah, but there's always the like if you leave it up to your imagination, almost worse.
right. Yeah.
Because again, I'm thinking about when I was a kid when I saw this film, like I'd been hitting the nuts. It was one of my worst fears is hanging out with like little boys in school. Was like that was a thing, you know. Boys would just fucking come up and
Yeah.
nut tap you, and
Yep.
I lived in fear for that
Yep.
pretty much at all points.
Yep.
So I knew what that pain was like. So then to see a grown man like be tied down,
With the heavy
the
ass
chair,
rope.
they even just the whole like carving out
The bottom of the chair.
bottom of it is like oh.
Brutal way to get tortured.
You just like
You think about it, you're like, Lashif says, people always want to do these fancy torture methods, but I think the basics are what you need. And you're like, actually, yeah, that's way
that
worse
is the
than
worst.
anything.
Yeah, that's the worst one. And yeah, so brilliantly done scene, perfect enough to where it is still able to be a PG-13 film, which
Yep.
is genius in itself.
hmm So a cool little writing thing they do is that because they're playing Texas Hold'em,
Mhm.
and when you play Texas Hold'em, you do the flop, which is the first three cards, and you have the turn, then you have the river. So it's 3 rounds of playing the game. And so with the casino game that they're playing, the Casino Royale game they're playing, they have the flop, which is the first game. Then they'd have 2 more. So it's like
Yeah.
structured like a poker game, or a poker round, I
Nice.
should say. And then what's also kind of cool is the way that they actually shoot those scenes is that the first, they call it the flop, like the first section of the tournament, this camera's pretty steady. It's not really moving that much because it's James Bond studying the game and
Yeah.
studying the players. So the camera doesn't move because James Bond's just very still, watching, playing the game, studying, reading all the people. The next one, there's a little bit more camera movement because like now James Bond's like actually trying to make moves now, so the camera's moving with James Bond's thought process. In the third
Nice.
round, it's just super tight close-ups on most of the players, really tight close-up on Lashif and James Bond, because now the final match is just between those 2 guys. Like this is like the make or break scene. So then they just focus it there so that they use the camera to kind of build the suspense of each round as it gets closer to the end and like how the stress goes. So they kind of
Nice.
mimic the thought process of James Bond through the camera, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd never picked up on that before.
Yeah, there's a few camera moves in that
Like,
first scene, but it's very still.
Yeah, no,
very still.
It's a brilliant. To me, this is the best one. This is my favorite James Bond movie.
Yeah.
I can see why other people would like have other arguments, but like, I don't even really care about like it being a James Bond franchise film. This is just like one of the best movies ever.
Great spy movie.
Like it just is.
yeah,
And it's so like it was just so because like James Bond was so big, like obviously he's just been a big name, but then now like people are starting to apply pressure with like movies like Jason Bourne.
mm-hmm.
It's starting
That
to
was
come out.
I think that was before this, correct?
Yeah. Oh, Jason Bourne for sure.
Yeah. So like that was the new standard for like a spy movie, because it kind of changed the genre a little bit. It was a different kind of take on it.
Yeah. And like okay, so like
2002, the
Yeah.
Bourne Identity came out.
yeah, so then I'm thinking like really the reason I didn't watch the old school James Bond movies is simply just because my dad like he's not big into like kind of sci-fi. He's not really big into gadgets. He's into like old school, like
See,
gritty.
we're not at
gritty
fault for not
characters.
seeing the movies we haven't seen. It's our father's fault.
It is my dad's fault. 100%.
My dad's not a James Bond guy. That's why I didn't see him.
Yeah, and but I also like I haven't seen him, but I do know that like kind of at the end of the James Bond franchise movies that they had going on before this one, like they were getting corny at the end. I think people were just like, "Damn, this is just a bit much." Like he's just got a cheat code for everything. It's kind of like Mission Impossible with the face mask and all that. I'm sorry, it just is. Like they kind of figured that one out for Mission Impossible, but like it was just getting absurd.
Yeah.
With those, and so that just like kind of it's just kind of lazy writing. It's like, oh, he's just got a gadget to like solve every problem. We don't get to see how smart he actually is, which is why. But then Bourne Identity comes out. Now the pressure's on. Like James Bond cannot rely on gadgets anymore.
And there's been so many different franchises of the James Bond movies. You know, you've had it's like 40, I think it's like 40 years of movies of the same character. So like
So many.
You got to do something different.
Yeah.
You got to. Well, also like now, again, I haven't seen them, but what I've heard of criticism of the old ones is that they're all very much reliant on like the story, not necessarily like the camera was never a creative choice in the process. It's all very standard shot, not really much creativity, but this one changes it where they're getting really creative with the camera angles. They're really using that to tell the story and add some more emotion and different ideas throughout the entire movie. So they really went stylistic with it because, I mean, I think the last one, whatever the last one's called.
So many.
Okay, look at this. Look how many movies there are.
Good God.
No Time to Die. I think Roger Deakins was the cinematographer on that. Let's just make sure we're right here. Skyfall. He was a Skyfall cinematographer. So they were really focused on making this a new, better version. So they really thought about the cinematography. Like, let's actually add some creativity to this movie instead of it just being just a blank, just casual spy movie. They really went for the creativity. And then the writing's obviously amazing.
Yeah. But I mean, they even show that just in the first shot. I mean, that opening scene just kind of like paying homage to like how classic of a character James Bond is. Like just showing like kind of that, like you said, noir feel. It just looks like a brilliantly made movie like in the 40s or 50s, which is when this story was written. You got the classic black and white, but even like the shots that you get, kind of the dialogue too, even just the kind of the, like he's got the gun in the drawer and then he pulls it on him and it's empty.
Right.
It's like a classic, like, oh, like you thought I'd leave a gun around, like loaded, just that kind of thing. Just paying homage to like this character. And they understand that every James Bond movie, especially the first one of a franchise, like it's fragile. You can't mess it up. So that was like a good opening scene in that regard.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, just going to show like we're taking this very seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
is not a money grabber. We want to do this right.
Yeah, I did love how simple it was. Like a short film, sort of like the whole intro. Like it was just like very simple shot, but like very meaningful shots, and it was just like a great way to open the movie where you like, okay, I think we're in for a good ride. I think they got this under control.
Yeah.
Yeah, great open to the James Bond franchise of our childhood.
Gets me ready to go. I'm about to go do some gambling myself. So.
Have they confirmed the new James Bond yet?
I don't think so. People are thinking it might be Tom Holland, Spider-Man,
or Henry Cavill. It should be Henry Cavill. People were saying Aaron Taylor Johnson has been reported to do it, but
would have been good. I think he was supposed to until something fell through.
Yeah,
it would have been cool to see Tom Hardy. I think he's too old now, sadly.
Yeah,
which really sucks.
He would have
been.
It's also kind of the same vibe as Daniel Craig.
He would have been good for that. Yeah.
You can't do it again. They're going to go classic again, I would imagine, with gadgets and stuff. I bet they go back to the OGs.
Or just like, I don't know, just like more well spoken, I guess.
Yeah. The rumors are Aaron Taylor Johnson, Henry Cavill, and Paul Mescal. I think is how you say it. Henry Cavill should be it, dude. He can't be Superman Jack though. Maybe he can. Maybe it's massively jacked James Bond.
We're getting back to that now. People are getting huge, except The Rock and
The Rock got skinny.
So did that other guy that plays something in Guardians of the Galaxy. He got skinny.
Yeah. Dave Bautista.
Just stay jacked, bro.
Stay jacked, dude.
But yeah, you ready to rate this?
Yep, let's do it. All right, what you got for Casino Royale?
For Casino Royale, I'm giving it a 9.1 out of 10.
Nice.
Okay, so acting, 10 out of 10. I think everybody nails it.
Yep.
Writing is 8 out of 10. Really, yeah, I mean, there's just, I think part of that is because they did have to go PG-13, so there were just some things as we discussed, like Mathis having to like kind of explain some stuff that, there's just, it is what it is. But it's still obviously, I mean, it's genius. There's just, they had to dumb it down just a little bit, and I get it.
For the casuals.
Yeah. Editing, 8.5 out of 10. This one, like, I'm kind of on the fence about, because before we started this movie, I was like, damn, it's not even 2.5 hours. Like, I kind of forgot. Kind of thought it would be like a 3-hour movie.
Yeah.
But I'm on the fence just because, like, I think on one hand, after they've gotten the money and they're like in recovery and they're like kind of falling in love, I feel like that drags on for a little bit. But I also think on the other hand, you have to show that because it's showing that James Bond like is serious. He's not like playing this character. He loves this woman and he is retiring.
Yep.
And he literally just got 00. Like he worked his entire life to get there, and then he retires over a girl, So like I think it is important to show that, but I could see why it would lose people time initially. So overall, I think it was actually the right thing to do, but it does make it drag on a little bit. It probably got a little confusing for audience members, whatever. Cinematography, 9 out of 10. And enjoyability, 10 out of 10.
There you go.
I fucking love this movie.
Great movie. I have a 9.64 out of 10.
Okay.
Acting, 10 out of 10. No need for explanation there. Just watch the scene of Daniel Craig getting tortured and you're like, yep, great acting.
Yep.
Writing, 9.5 out of 10. I do see what you're saying, but I think like making it more a character-based story, not just like classic James Bond, I think is a great way to, you're confined to a specific type of movie, but they did a really good job in creating this story as an original type of deal. Editing, 9 out of 10, because I think more about like the fight scenes, all the action sequences, like they're just really well put together. The action is clear to follow, despite being fast cuts. You feel the energy. And I think there's some good emotional moments that they add some particular cuts in that work well. Cinematography, 10 out of 10. I think they do a good job getting creative with it. They, really frame up James Bond and Lashif a few times where like when they're trapping each other, they like trap themselves. They trap the character in the frame by the other man. Just a good way to like kind of tell a little bit of a story with the cinematography. The enjoyability, 9.7 out of 10. It's a great movie. So I got a 0.64, 9.64.
Yeah, that's a wild one.
I think it's our first double decimal point. Should have rounded up to like a 9.7 or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the fact that enjoyability, you didn't just round it up.
Well, again, I'm going real particular. This got to be like my favorite movie of all time. And this is a great movie.
This is one of my favorite movies.
It passed the 9.5 threshold.
I got to come up with my top 10, but rest assured, this is one of it. This is one of them. This is, for sure. This is, like, I love this movie.
Yeah.
I love this movie so much.
We need to do some of those like special episodes where we do more, we don't break down a particular movie, but like do the best movies of this, top 10, something. That could be fun.
Yeah.
Take some prep work and a lot of thought.
Yeah.
I'm scared to to lock in 10, my top 10.
Because that's my thing with the top 10 is like, bro, it changes.
Yeah.
That's just how it works.
At this point in my life, here are my top 10.
Yes. Yeah. That's a better way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah. At 26, these are my top 10 films. We should do that. Let's do that. Yeah.
We'll do it by the end of the year.
Yeah.
All right. You got any final thoughts on Casino Royale?
I shouldn't say.
Now you have to say.
I don't know. I just thought like the partner, everybody's just talking about how hot she is. I think she's that hot.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Until the end, I don't know what was going on, but like at the end of the movie, I was like, wait, fuck, I'm kind of seeing something here. I don't really know what's going on, but like when she was like walking around the casino and everybody's like starstruck by her, I was like, huh, all right. I mean, you know, I get a phenomenal actress. Really good. I'll put it this way. Just not my type.
There you go. That's a polite way to put it.
Yeah.
My final thought is I'm so glad we watched this movie today because I was in shambles all day today.
Yeah.
Came back from a 3-day bachelor party in Cabo. Not good.
Yeah.
Not good.
I'll let you know how I'm feeling because right now I'm about to go celebrate my 6-day bachelor party. Not mine. I'm going to one.
That's insane. 6 days is not good for your health.
This might be my last podcast ever.
You better hope and pray Gray's gonna make it back.
Y'all pray for me. Might not make it to next week. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm a machine, bro.
Yeah, you're a trooper.
They can't get rid of me.
Can't stop you.
Yeah, they can't. If they've tried to stop me, and I think they've just given up.
You have James Bond getting tortured to roll you into this bachelor party to lock in and be ready.
It doesn't matter what you do to me. I will be back for next week's episode.
Yes. All right, thank you guys for listening. Comment below your thoughts on Casino Royale. Let us know why you love it. Also, give us some insights on the OG Bond movies. If you like those any better, maybe we'll check them out if you got a good recommendation for them. We're also thinking about doing all of them in a single day, a marathon. So if you want to see that, if you're here at the final end and you enjoy the episodes and you want to see us put ourselves through another ring, or comment below and I will force Gray to watch them all in a single day.
What are you doing? Hold on. We did not talk about this.
Dun, dun, dun.
Also, I didn't really get to look up like any behind the scenes things. So, but I'm genuinely interested. I mean, this is a big budget movie.
Yeah.
Surely some cool shit had to have happened on set.
Well, I do know Daniel Craig was like in pain the entire movie because he was doing a lot of the stunts himself and a lot of action sequences.
You're James Bond, baby. You got to do it.
Yep.
But yeah, so please, because we read the comments.
Yep.
So let us know. This is one of my favorite movies. I'd love to know some stuff that I didn't get to read yet.
Yep.
So let me know.
So don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave us a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts if you're listening there. We'll catch y'all next week. We are out.
Trying to buy my next meal. Seems all I do is drive. And when the boss man sends my next check in the mail, I'll have enough for closing time. And I've been cussing like a sailor since I ran out of weed. My tank is running dry, so I'll head on down to the railroad track and tell that man I need a ride. He says you're just in luck 'cause there's one